So I'm here at TrackOn 2017 with Mario and Michelle from D20 Board Game Cafe in Watford.
Hello.
Hi guys, thanks for joining us. First of all, why don't you introduce yourselves to our listeners and just give us a bit about your gaming backgrounds?
Okay, well, I'm Mario. I've been playing games for about 15, 20 years, roughly. One of the first ones I got into, or that got me into the hobby, was Settlers of Catan.
Yeah.
My brother brought it home, introduced it to myself and my sister, and yeah, kind of just hit it off from there. And then, yeah, never looked back, so...
I'm Michelle, and I've been gaming pretty much all my life, but with regards to tabletop and stuff like that, I started going to LAN parties, mainly for video games, and that's when people started bringing board games as well. And I always remember that there was like a big circle of people playing werewolves, and at the time I just thought that was some kind of cult, just seeing this like circle of people with their eyes closed. I had no idea what was going on. But then I started playing werewolves, got really addicted to that, and just went on from there, playing loads of different games, trying them out at LANs. And then our collection just grew and grew. So we just thought we had to open up a board game cafe, otherwise I would have nowhere to live, because my house was just full of board games spilling out on the sofas and the tables and everywhere.
It was getting a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. So apart from the space considerations, what made you make that leap to go, actually, we do want to open a cafe?
We have quite a big group of friends, and getting together to play games is actually quite difficult. Like, you go to someone's house and they're either quite limited and you have to reduce the numbers that you play with or things like that, and it's like, well, why can't we just have somewhere that we can all meet at and play these games and things like that? And then it's like, we went to a few other board game cafes and we just thought, well, this is cool, maybe we could try it for ourselves and see how we get on.
We really wished that we had board game cafes that were closer to us. But
there wasn't one. No one was opening one.
No.
So, and at the time, like when we first thought about it, it was last January 2016, and there weren't that many around. I think you got Thirsty Meeples, which have been around for a few years, and Drafts in East London. And then apart from, they were the two biggest in the UK. And then at the time, there weren't really. There was a couple of others, like in creation, but yeah, I think now it's like 20 odd around.
Yeah.
So since we opened, like from the time that we decided to open to the time we did finally open, I think about 10 more did open in that time as well.
Yeah.
And we were just sick of waiting for someone to open one near us, so we just thought, let's do it ourselves.
It's still the first one in Hertfordshire.
Yeah, we are.
First and only.
And only. Let's keep that way.
So you went the Kickstarter route initially to raise funds.
Yeah.
How did that go? Did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, well, we met our funding, didn't we? On the last day,
Over
pretty much.
10,000. Yeah, it was quite stressful leading up to it.
Yeah, it was touch and go at one point.
Yeah, we really, because even though we had made the target, it could only take a couple of big backers to back down, and then we would be below target, and then we wouldn't get the money. And we, some of these backers we've never met before. We didn't really know if they were, gonna pull through, but everyone did. So
it's been a really great experience with Kickstarter and everything, because obviously we did have a lot of friends and family back us.
Yeah.
But then there were so many more people that we don't know that were giving us money and really like encouraging us and supporting us, and they've now, most of them or a lot of them, have become regulars in the cafe, and it's great to actually see these faces and meet these people, and they're all really great.
Yeah, we have great customers, I must say.
Did you get a lot of backers from outside your sort of area where people would be coming from, like from America or anything like that?
We had
to encourage you.
We had a couple just from like Michelle's family. A lot of them live abroad, but not really people that we didn't know. There were one or two from around the country that had no intention of really coming down. I think there was one person who got T-shirts, for instance, that isn't really going to pop in, but he liked the idea of having a T-shirt and supporting us, which was nice. But yeah, most of them were within the local area, if they weren't family.
Yeah, we're still waiting for quite a few of them to come though, actually.
Yeah, we haven't had...
Some haven't claimed their rewards yet.
A lot of backers haven't claimed their rewards yet. We're still waiting on them to arrive.
So if someone was to come to you and say, I want to do something similar to what you've done, what advice would you give them?
We have had a couple of people actually come in and ask why we did what we did, and
how to get started themselves. Yeah, we've given quite a lot of advice out. I think what really helped for us was that we went to a lot of board game groups, and we
clubs and
got our name out, made a lot of friends in the process. We had a lot of people already on our side wanting a cafe to open.
I think it's important to be enthusiastic about the hobby. Like, there's no point going into it and not really caring about board games, because I think your passion shows. Like, when people come in and they want to play games, and we can really encourage people and teach them like really good games and like ones they've never even heard of, and really broaden their horizons with it. And if you don't really have that background or even that passion, then you can't really give the experience, I think. So
that's right.
Yeah, I think like more first and foremost, having a good board game enthusiasm is good. And then things like, if you are doing a cafe, like you can hire chefs, I think, and you can hire like waiters and things like that. It's not that difficult to get a hold of, but yeah.
And just be prepared to work lots of hours, especially at the beginning. We were working 7 days a week, and we used to open earlier than noon at the beginning.
We worked silly hours to begin with.
We worked like 10 a.m. till
11 sometimes at night.
We've cut back our hours slightly, so now it's noon till 11 every day.
We have a routine.
And we're managing a few days off a week now, so that's good.
And staff.
So we're lucky enough to have some staff.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Which is a good step considering we're only 6 months old.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the business obviously is going well. How quickly have you seen it grow? I mean, at what point did you realise that you've had to buy new stuff, and when did you expect that you were going to have to do it?
So, we had no expectations going in to begin with. We just thought, let's just survive the first year and reassess in a year's time. And then
it's the most important part of business, is just surviving the first year, isn't it?
Yeah. And then it got to a point where we were giving each other days off. Like Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, we always said were our quietest days, and we could afford to give each other a day off here and there. But then it reached a point, myself and Paige were in on a Tuesday, and we were the only two in, and it was just crazy busy. Like, we had no time to think. Like, she was in the kitchen, like, trying to serve as much food as she could, and I was preparing all the drinks. You barely had time to speak to customers. I was like, we can't do this alone. We can't have just two of us, and we can't go back to 7 days each. I think we need time off.
And whilst you did manage really well to like get drinks out and food out, what we want to do is the customer service, which is the explaining the games, the making sure everyone has a game that they want to play, teaching them new things. So that's why we had to get staff, is to release Mario from his duties as such, and he's just on the floor now teaching games and getting people addicted to games, which is what we're wanting to do.
What's hot in the cafe at the moment, and what's
Oh, I know exactly what Mario's going to say.
My recent addiction is Star Wars Destiny.
Okay.
I can't get enough of it. It's similar. It's a CCG in terms of like you're collecting cards and boosters, but there's dice as well involved. So it's a bit different to like Magic. So, but it's so hot. I've really pushed it, and I think people have really got into it, and they've jumped on board. So
we've got a great little community together of Star Wars Destiny people.
Yeah, even two events that we've had a really good turnout for it, and it's been really good. It's been successful, I think. And I think the new set arrives in September, so I'm looking forward to opening more packs then. But yeah, that is the one at the moment. But then in terms of board games, Terraforming Mars has just had a reprint, and that's pretty good at the moment. Like, people are really enjoying that. It's one of the longer games that you can play at the cafe, but definitely worth it.
Bears vs Babies has just come out, and that has some very questionable artwork in it.
The same people as Exploding Kittens.
Yeah.
Cool. So if people want to find out more about you and the cafe, where can they go?
Well, we have...
Yeah, we're on all the
all the social medias.
Twitter, Instagram, just D20 Board Game Cafe, you'll find us.
Yeah. Our website is currently in the renovation process as well, so it should be more pleasing to look at.
But we're working on it.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot, and I wish you all the best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.